Welcome back to Space of Grace today. Last time, we found out that our children are actually on a journey just like you and I. Theirs is one of identity. Who am I? Meaning, why am I here? And belonging. Where do I fit in? Social media and friends seems to be at the top of their charts, but keeping the lines of communication open at home is a vital key. Today we go one step further in our series on who is minding the shop. We embark on part 3, choosing our battles. I've always been a perfectionist, and sometimes personal preferences spill over into parenting, confusing and complicating the whole process. There is no one style fits all when it comes to parenting because each child is different. We may feel that child number 2 should wear matching socks, but that child disagrees, and we find it offensive that teen child number 1 colored her hair blue, wore a pajama pants to school, and donned a bit of makeup. Mom, Dad, it's not that serious. Nor is it a platform to superimpose our personal preferences upon them. Doing this sometimes demolishes their inspiration and creative individuality, forcing them back into their shells. We live in a world where the wolves are constantly on the prowl. The internet is always competing for their affection, and friends are always calling out to them. In other words, their lines of distractions are many. Therefore, we must decide up front if majoring in the minor stuff is worth risking the relationships with our children. We mentioned in a previous blog that our children, as they move into adolescence, the lines of communication tends to slow down. Then we, the parents, become the outsiders. I ask you today, are their actions and activities affecting their grades, threatening their lives, leading them down a dark pathway of destructive behavior? Is the action or clothing of a risque flavor that has the potential to spark fire in their lives? Or is it drawing them out from under their personal rock to begin a journey into discovering exactly who God made them to be? Dear parents and friends, our goal is to shepherd their hearts and train them up in the way they should go. Instill morals, sound godly foundation, empower them, and educate them to the dangers that are out there. Let's not alienate them or over-shelter them from the wonderful tool of positive exploration. Positive exploration has been the catalyst in the development of many inventions and novel ideas, producing well-rounded decision makers. Give them room to make mistakes and learn from them, to stretch their understanding of the world we live in, to formulate their own opinions, if you will. Let me share a little bit about a situation with my teenager that exploded in my face, all because I kept harping on and on about her hairstyle. Honestly, I was not particularly thrilled about her hairdo, so I made sure to show my displeasure every time I saw her. Eventually, she started to avoid me and making cutting remarks to me that I was judging her based on her hairstyle. Oh my God, is this what I was doing? Unbeknown to me, I had created an environment in my home for the seed of bitterness to grow and choke the life right out of our relationship. Needless to say, I had to apologize to her for my actions, and I reassured her that it was okay to be herself, which was what she was really trying to do in the beginning. You know what? I can hear her now. Oh, Ma, I'm not you, so please let me be my own self. Wow, I got served with a message from my own playbook. Listen, don't you know I was keen to memorize Ephesians chapter 6 verses 1 to 3 regarding how children should obey their parents? But guess what? I neglected verse 4, which talks about parents should not be hard on their children, but that parents should raise them properly and teach them and instruct them about the Lord. Imagine that. I got busted. Parents, sometimes we allow our opinions to create a wedge in the communication with our children. This is the type of thing that destroys relationships, and the enemy of our faith rejoices when this happens. Let us be encouraged in our hearts today to entrust our children to the Lord's care, that if we do our part to train them by word and example, that God will be faithful to do His part in drawing them back to Him. Today's reflections. Proverbs 22, verse 6. It reads, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Dear friends and parents, the promises of God are sure. When we do our part, He is always faithful to do His part. Your sister in the journey until next time saying, be encouraged. This is your inspiration on the way.